Sports Nation, welcome to Sports Connection 4. I am your host, LC, and I'm here with my co host, KD.
Going on, peoples?
Hey, we short-handed today. Two of the fellas, one of them is sick and one is out of town, but me and KD going to make things happen. Today, we're going to do a dedication show to the NBA playoffs. We're going to talk about the playoffs, what's going on, and we're going to predict who we think is going to end up on top. So we're going to start it off with the Houston and Utah. As you all know, Houston beat Minnesota 4-1, and Utah took out OKC 4-2. And right now, Houston is winning this series 2-1, but I think Donovan Mitchell is going to have something to say about this. I would love, just because I am becoming a Donovan Mitchell fan, I would love to see him take out Houston, but they're going to really have to ball out in order for that to happen. KD, what you think on that?
I think that Houston going to take Utah out. Mitchell doesn't have the other key pieces to beat Houston. I think they don't have enough firepower. You know, it's so many key players for Houston that you have to stop. You have to stop Harden, Chris Paul. I can't say him. What's my man name that's in the center? The center they can't stop him down low. So you know he got to have more pieces than just him. Cause them boys they ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't gonna do nothing. They going home. They going home.
Oh no, man! You gotta look at it. They said the same thing about OKC and Utah. They said that Donovan Mitchell won't gonna be able to do anything with OKC, but you gotta look at what happened there. They took him out 4-2. So that's possible that Utah can take out Houston. It's possible.
It's possible, but it's not gonna happen. James Harden ain't gonna let that happen. Chris Paul is not gonna let that happen. I'm trying to tell you right now, that's not gonna happen. And then, who is that? Markel Brown. He's coming off the bench and scoring. So you know, it's they got a lot of key players on the bench. So,
Still though, man, I feel like Utah can. They can't stop James Harden, but if you can stop Chris Paul, then they definitely got a good chance. Cause you just not gonna stop James Harden. Once he get on, he's hard to stop. Especially if he doing that drop back and shooting threes, they can't stop that. But if they can slow down Chris Paul and make Capella, well, they just slow down Chris Paul, they might can do it, man.
But don't forget about Eric Gordon. That man, he's shooting out there the threes now. He's hard to stop too now.
Yeah, but Chris Paul and James Harden are the two key players on this team, and it can go either way. Chris Paul can be on the bench, and James Harden can lift the team, or vice versa. But I feel like they got a better chance if they can slow Chris Paul rather than trying to slow down James Harden.
Yes, if you slow down Chris Paul, you got Eric Gordon scoring 18 points and 2.5 rebounds and 2.2 assists per game. That's helping them out. That's right there is like 18 points is good. 18 points is good helping out with Chris Paul and James Harden. Come on now. And then you got Clint Capella, scoring 13.9 points almost per game, 10.8 rebounds per game. Down low. Come on now.
Yeah, Capella is playing ball, but still though, man, if you stop James, if they ain't gonna stop James Harden, but if they can slow down Chris Paul, I'm telling you,
Chris Paul is not a key factor because Chris Paul is not putting up the points like those three names I just gave you.
What you mean he ain't putting up the points?
Chris Paul, he's getting assists. Yeah.
Chris Paul is what running the team.
Assists. Yeah.
Man, if you take Chris Paul out of the game,
assists.
Houston is going down.
Look at the last game. Okay, James Harden got 30.4 points, 5.4 rebounds, 8.8 assists. That's a good night. And if he have that, I'm gonna say if he have that average for the rest of in this series, there's no way Utah will beat them. If those three players right there, Gordon, Harden, and Capella, get off, they don't need Chris Paul. They don't need Chris Paul.
They got to have Chris Paul, man.
They don't need Chris Paul.
They got to have Chris Paul. He's what?
Chris Paul done got old.
He done got old, but he's still balling, man. How you think Houston got the record they got?
Chris Paul he done got.
So you saying if Chris Paul, they can take Chris Paul out the lineup right now, and Houston still gonna be a dynamic team?
I would say they would not be as strong of a team, but I feel like they can do it.
This guy here is crazy.
I feel like they can do it.
Without Chris Paul, man.
If Chris Paul contribute, just like in the last game, if Chris Paul could contribute what he contributed in this game, 18 points per game, rebounds, it's only 5.4 rebounds in this game and 7.9 assists. And he can, point-wise, and the assists, if he could do that for the rest of the series, I feel like Houston can take it on out. But he's not to me, he's not a key factor of the team.
Oh, Lord.
He's not a key factor.
This dude is the key factor. He's the second man behind James Harden.
He's not.
You got to have one of the two.
He's, to me, in my eyes, I guess that's just me, in my opinion.
You hating on Chris Paul, man?
No, I'm not hating
Chris
on
Paul.
Chris Paul
Is the team.
Don't get me wrong.
James Harden wouldn't be the player he is without Chris Paul right now. He wouldn't be the player that he is right now without Chris Paul on the team.
Bless you.
Chris Paul is the man, though. I'm just saying. He ain't the same Chris Paul back in the days, yeah. But he still got game in him. And right now, if they don't have Chris Paul, it's over.
Yeah. That's what you say. then you got Joe Johnson coming off the bench, that's helping them out. You know, he's an old head too, but as long as he scores some points,
it don't even matter, man.
He can play the guard and the forward spot, power forward. So you know,
it don't even matter if they slow Chris Paul down. Utah got a good chance tomorrow to win and take it 2-2. Donovan Mitchell, ball out.
He still won't get Rookie of the Year.
We'll talk about that later.
I know that.
But moving on to the next team. And this team that I'm going to talk about now, I really hate. I think this team is so overrated, I'm sorry. Especially Steph Curry. He's definitely an overrated player. But the Pelicans right now is playing Golden State Warriors. And you know that the Pelicans swept Portland. And Golden State beat the Spurs 4-1. And now the Pelicans is down 2-1 against Golden State. And honestly, I'm gonna be real with it. I hate to say this. It's probably gonna hurt me when I say this. But Golden State should win this because I don't think the Pelicans have quite enough players, key pieces to hang with Golden State. Especially now that Steph Curry is back. Even though I don't think he's a great defender, he is definitely a great shooter. I have to give him that. And when he came back the first game and started lighting them up, I knew then it was going to be a long series for the Pelicans. But I'm not giving up on AD and the boys. Rondo, I hope them boys can win tomorrow night, take it 2-2. But they really going to have to ball out. And I think if they had DeMarcus Cousins, it'd be a different ball game. But right now, I think Golden State is going to pull this one out. KD?
I feel the same way. And yes, Golden State is my team. I like them. Steph Curry is definitely not a good defender. And I agree on that. That showed last night in the game. The way he defend, I wish, let me put it like this. The way he shoot, I wish he could defend just like the way he shoot. That is going to hurt Golden State in some of the games in the series. But you leave him open, he'll shoot your eyes out. And then you got Draymond Green. If he can keep his head into the game,
that guy,
and don't let Rondo get into his head, man. You already know he can get so many
2 shots, 3 shots.
They know he can't get so many technicals. So that was another key factor played into that game last night. And Durant, he was just off. He did not impress me last night.
Well, he expected to have bad games, man. He's been carrying the team since Steph Curry been hurt. So he expected to have a bad game. But that Draymond Green, oh my God. What Barkley say? Somebody need to punch him in the face?
No.
Man, Draymond Green is just, he's a, kind of puts you in the mind of Rodman type player. He's the guy that does all the dirty work. You know, he can score, he can play defense, but his best attribute is dirty work. He wants to get into your head, get the little cheap fouls, and just do crazy stuff to try to get you out in the game. You saw the game when he was playing against, when he tripped AD, rolling all on the ground. What was the purpose of that? All he wanted to do then was get into AD head. He knew he was going to get called for the foul. He didn't care about that. All he wanted to do was get into AD head. That's what they got him for. You get these good players, you get into their head, talk their junk.
You look at it. That's the same thing they did to him last night. Look what Rondo did. Try to step on the man's foot. You know what I'm saying?
They got to fight back.
Yeah, and getting all up in my man's face. That what happened to the Golden State Warriors last night. They got in his head.
And they need to. They need to let Draymond Green know that you talk that junk, but we ain't scared.
And that's one good thing I can say about the Pelicans. And they're playing Golden State to let them know that we're not afraid of you, and we will battle you. Just like with Toronto, they doing the same thing to LeBron. Like, okay, you can come down here, but you're going to get fouled if you come through here. We're going to play you rough and tough, but you got to be physical. You have to be physical.
It's just like the guy from the Pacers. What's his name? What is that guy name from the Pacers? I was just talking about him the other day too. He another Draymond Green. he might be worse than Draymond though. This dude blowing all in LeBron face. No, his breath was stinking. I'm looking at this guy, man.
You talking about Stevenson?
Lance Stevenson. That's it. Yes, that dude. That dude needs some help. Mentally help. Something wrong with that guy. I need to see him outside of playing ball to see how he really act. Because on the court, he really act like something's mentally wrong with him. But he's another guy that can score, can play a little defense, but he's there to do the dirty work. Let me get into these guys' head. Let me do what I got to do to try to get LeBron James or whoever I'm playing, the star players, not the focus.
Exactly. But I don't like the Pacers anyway. I mean, don't get me wrong, they have good players on that team.
I don't like Victor. He's arrogant.
You got so many daggone like young players. That team, and plus they have a young team too. When they made it to the playoffs, I knew they wasn't gonna get as far as they did. I knew Cleveland was just gonna eat them to pieces. But for that, they should. I feel like they shouldn't have got rid of Eddie. George?
Paul George.
Paul George.
He's on a better team, man. He's down there with Russell Westbrook. He's on a better team.
I don't think so. Because we'll talk. That's another issue. Because we ain't talking about them. They ain't even in the playoffs. So I don't even want to talk about them because they ain't even make it with Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and Carmelo. So that's history gone. Washed under the water.
We'll bring that back up. We'll bring it back up at the end.
So
so out of the West, the dream would be to see Utah play against the Pelicans, but I think it's going to be Houston and Golden State, which I think is going to be a dynamic game.
It's going to be a great one because you got two shooters that's going to try to shoot everybody's eyes out. They're going to try to shoot them out.
Sports Nation, that's your West. We're going to take a commercial break, come back and talk about the East. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
What up? It's your boy Jay Real at The Real Hip Hop Show. Check the show out at The Real Hip Hop Show /Spreaker. Extreme Radio. If you want your music played on The Real Hip Hop Show, send your music in MP3 form to The Real Hip Hop Show at yahoo.com. Check us out, The Real Hip Hop Show /Spreaker. Extreme Radio. Let's go.
Basketball, football, soccer, college, pros, high school, all of the good sports news will be brought to you by none other than Sports Connection 4 with your host, LC, co-host, KD, Al, and Pete. Stay tuned to Spreaker.com on Saturdays at 2 p.m. if you want to hear all about the Sports Nation. Again, stay tuned on Saturdays at 2 p.m. if you want to hear all about the Sports Nation. You can hear us on Spreaker.com, iHeart, SoundCloud, iTunes, Facebook, and YouTube. Again, Saturday, 2 p.m., Spreaker.com will be none other than Sports Connection 4.
Sports Nation, we are back. Sports Connection 4 in the house with LC and KD. Once again, if you're just tuning in, we're short-handed. One of the guys is sick and one is out of town. But nevertheless, us two are going to make it happen. We talked about the West, NBA, basketball, playoffs, Houston, Utah, Pelicans, Golden State. Right now, the series, both series 2-1. But we feel like Houston and Golden State is going to come out. I would love to see Utah and the Pelicans, but I feel like Houston and the Golden State is going to come out the West. Now, East. You got the Toronto playing the Cavs. You know, Toronto beat the Wizards 4-2, and the Cavs beat the Pacers in 7 games. And right now, the Cavs got Toronto 2-0. Beat them both times in Toronto. And they're going to play tonight in Cleveland. Now, the Cavs is my team. I'm definitely a LeBron fan. And right now, my man is balling. I'm surprised in the first game because I felt like after that 7-game series with the Pacers that he was going to be exhausted. I didn't expect him to come out in the first game and ball out the way he did. But hey, my hat's off to him because these 2 games here, I don't think I've seen LeBron play like this. If he has, it's definitely been a while. He's definitely balling out. And this game, the second game, he had some help with Kevin Love finally stepping up. And if Kevin Love get going like he did in game 2, we definitely going to sweep the Toronto. J.R. Smith has been balling. Tristan Thompson came off the bench, has been balling. Korver is shooting. When LeBron got the help, I don't think no team can beat us. Right now, we're 2-0. I think Toronto is going to win 1 game. But I definitely think the Cavs is going to come out on top. LeBron has proven that with the Pacers. And I think he's going to do it again with Toronto. LeBron James, LJ, the king. Let's do it, baby. KD, what you think?
Well, I ain't going to say he's all that, the king and everything. LeBron is good. Don't get me wrong. He's
What's it good?
He's a good player, man.
A good player.
I don't take nothing away from him. I just don't,
A good player.
like the Cavaliers. But I think they're going to sweep Toronto. I don't think Toronto have nobody on the team that can stop LeBron. LeBron is a might as well say like a fullback playing basketball. There's nobody in the league thus far that I think that can stop LeBron. He's a good player. Good player.
Good. He keeps saying
I can't say great.
Oh my God. This dude's the best.
I can't say great.
He's the best.
In this basketball era,
Definitely.
he's a good player.
He's the best.
But the key thing, the only thing I can say, only way Toronto can beat Cleveland to even have a chance in this series to win, if they stop LeBron James and Kevin Love and J.R. Smith. If they stop those 3 right there, I think they have a chance to win. But they don't have nobody to stop. So I think out the East, it's going to be Cleveland and Boston. Because the 76ers they young. They still developing. And they are a good team. But they still have to learn how to play together. And for injuries, the injuries need to be limited to a low, and for them to be a dominant team. So that's my perspective on the East right now.
Well, you know, this, like you said, the 76ers is balling with the Celtics right now. The 76ers took the Heats out in 4-1, and the Celtics took the Bucks out in the 7 games. And right now, the Celtics have the 76ers 2-0. My take on that is Rozier is definitely balling right now.
Balling.
He's definitely helping the Celtics to get this 2-0 lead on the 76ers. But it hasn't been mostly about the offense. Their defense has been good because Big Ben has not been able to get off like he has been done in the 76ers versus the Heat. We haven't seen that Big Ben. Matter of fact, I don't know where Ben Simmons is at because he ain't showed up in these 2 games here. Embiid ain't showed up in these 2 games here. And without Embiid and Big Ben playing, balling, they're not going to be able to beat the Celtics. And I got to say to the Celtics, big shout out to the Celtics because these guys are balling without Kyrie and without Gordon, the 2 star players. And they are still in the second round of the playoff and have a 2-0 lead over the 76ers, who is the number 1 team in the East. But that just goes to show you, just because you what place you in doesn't mean a thing. It's playoff now. I've been saying that for a while. It's playoff time. All that stuff you've done before don't matter. This matters right here. And these guys ain't going to come out and play the way they did in all them 70-something games. They're going to ball out now. Because now they got you win or you lose. You lose, you go home. You win, you keep playing. That's what they're looking at. Back then, before the playoff, you win, you win. You lose, you lose. And the Celtics right now is balling. They ain't trying to go home. But the big deal is right now, the Celtics won 2 at home. They're getting ready to go back to 76ers. At some point in the next 2 games, Big Ben is going to get off. Embiid is going to get off. The 76ers have to win at least one of the next 2 games
to have a chance.
If they do not, then bye-bye Big Ben. You're supposed to be the Rookie of the Year. I don't see why, but they say you the Rookie of the Year. I need for you to show me right now because Tatum, Rozier, Brown is saying different. Them boys saying that they the best. And right now they 2-0. I got to go with them. And I want to see the Cavs and the Celtics battle it out for the East.
That's going to be a good matchup.
And that's where I think it's going to end up going. I think the Celtics is going to eventually beat the 76ers. And I definitely think the Cavs is going to take out Toronto.
Yeah. That's and you're correct on that. And the series, if the series beat Cleveland and Boston, it's gonna be old school against the new school.
And it's even if the Cavs meet the Celtics right now, I don't think the Celtics have the team to beat the Cavs. I think the 76ers have a better chance, but it's going to be a good game. The Celtics is definitely going to battle. The Cavs can't come out light-handed. I think they're just going to sweep. They're going to have to play some ball. But I don't think the Celtics have what it takes.
Now, what the Celtics going to do, the Celtics going to run them boys. They going to wear LeBron down.
Nah, anybody wearing LeBron down.
They going to wear him down.
LeBron going to get wore down. When he get wore down, then he going to be home. He going to have the ring on his hand, and he going to be at home chilling.
They going to wear him down.
When he's wore down,
chasing them young boys around the court.
When he get wore down, they're going to be at the end of the series.
He gonna get fatigue and he gonna get tired.
He got fatigue in Game 7.
They gonna take him out, and when they take him out, everybody gonna be disorganized, and they gonna be like, what we do, who we gonna throw the balls to? Kevin Love, yeah, but Kevin
These
Love
boys is getting better and better, man.
Kevin Love, I wonder why.
They're getting better and better.
Because check it out, what LeBron said in the interview, Kevin Love need to score more. Yeah, wish they doing it now. Because right now, Toronto's running these boys. Toronto is a young team, too. Now, you got back-to-back 2 young teams. Come on, man.
And what that mean?
You got 2 young teams.
They played the Pacers. And look at the 7th game of the Pacers. LeBron specifically said what? I'm playing the entire game. Until he had to come out.
Well,
and he was wore out.
I bet you he won't do that.
Even his players, his teammates had said, I had never seen LeBron this time.
And is he going to be even more tired when he play against them daggone Celtics?
No, man.
And when he play
no,
because
they're going to go 7 games. The Celtics going to win 1. Nah, the Celtics don't have enough power, man.
You know what? Seriously, it's going to be a good series.
No,
it's going, and it's not going to be a blowout.
The Cavs and the Pacers was a good series. They went 7 games.
And
the
Boston and Cleveland going to go 7.
The Cavs, Toronto will not be 7. And the Cavs meeting the Celtics will not be 7.
It's going to
now,
be
if
7.
It's the 76ers, I can say, yeah, you might go 7.
The Celtics.
It's not going to take.
It's going to go 7.
It's not going 7
it's
games.
Go
not without
7.
Kyrie.
It's going to go 7.
It's not going to happen, man.
It's going to go 7.
And if you want to look back at the season,
7.
Look at the season. They beat the Celtics in the season. If you want to take it back and look at that,
it's going to.
And they weren't even struggling then. Now they got the team.
Then they had Kyrie when they were.
And they had Kyrie.
Okay.
And
but
the
now,
Cavs beat them.
Just like you said, this is what.
It's a playoff. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
The regular season
they ain't going
and the playoffs is 2 different things.
That's exactly right.
It's 2
I
different
agree.
things.
But
hey, it's either play or go home. So these boys
the Celtics,
hungry right now.
Celtics
is hungry.
If you're gonna play the LeBron and the boys, go home.
I'm trying to tell you, you're going home. Go 7.
It ain't going 7 games.
It won't be no blowout like it
ain't going 7 games.
Toronto. It won't be no 2-0.
It ain't going 7 games,
it's
man.
It's gonna go 7.
It ain't going 7.
Watch mark
it ain't
my
going
words.
7.
It's gonna go 7.
It ain't going 7. It's definitely going to be Houston and the Cavs.
It's gonna be
final.
Gorilla in Manila.
And the Cavs going to get them another ring.
It's gonna go 7.
Cavs going to get them a ring, and that's going to be it for LeBron.
I'm telling you, you got who? Jason Tatum, Al Horford, Terry Rozier. Then you got the other key players.
That's right. Horford is balling right now, but it's not going to be enough, man.
You forgot about him.
It's not going to be enough. Tristan Thompson is going to stop that.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't think
Tristan Thompson is a defensive player.
I don't.
We don't need him to score 14 points. We need him to get 14 rebounds and stop Al Horford. That's all we need. Because Kyle Korver going to get his 14 points. Kevin Love going to get his 20 points. J.R. Smith going to get his 15 points.
Don't forget about Marcus Morris. That's another key factor for the Celtics. Even though, Marcus Smart. Al Horford.
Yeah. We named all the guys, but they're not going to take the Cavs 7 games, man.
I'm trying to tell you, it's gonna go 7.
It's not gonna happen, man.
It's gonna happen. Mark my words.
It's not gonna be 7 games, man.
Well, how about this? If it goes 7, and the Celtics win, I'll personally buy you a Celtics hat, and you got to wear it.
It's the Celtics, and the Celtics are gonna win.
If the Celtics win, I'll buy you a Celtics hat, and you have to wear it. And I'll let you keep it. I want you to put it in a living room or beside your cowboy pillow. How about that?
I'll take that back because I know it's not going to happen.
It's,
One, it's not going 7 games. And two, if it do go 7 games, there ain't nowhere on God's green earth LeBron James is going to let them win. 7 games, you got to go with King James. You saw what the Pacers. You saw the Pacers.
Talking about LeBron
And 7
and
seven.
They gonna take
And
the
7. If they go 7 games, you can pretty much put it in the bank. Cavs gonna win it. You ain't gonna stop. I don't care who they put on LeBron. They can put all 5 starters on him. They ain't gonna stop him in a game 7.
He gonna choke. LeBron gonna choke.
Have you ever seen that happen?
Yes.
In a game 7?
Yes.
When?
Like when he was playing with Miami, he choked.
In a game 7?
And I think it was.
No.
Yes, he
In
choked.
a game 7?
That was right before he went back to Cleveland. He choked.
No, he ain't
He
choked.
choked.
No.
They could have won that game. He choked.
So it's LeBron's fault they lost?
It's the whole team fault.
Oh, okay.
But when your key players start choking,
And then when he choked though, I'm lost on that.
and his breath gets shallow, that means everybody's breath getting shallow.
No, man, this dude is balling, man. Y'all, why do everybody hate on LeBron?
I'm
man?
not hating on him.
There's so many people out here that hate on LeBron because
LeBron is a good player.
you keep saying good. This dude is great. He's the
LeBron-
best.
LeBron is a good player.
He's the best player in the NBA right now.
He's one of the good players I have
He's
seen
the
in a
best.
long time in the NBA.
I need for you to say he's the best player in the NBA.
I can't say that.
What? Who's better than LeBron right now?
You have.
Name one that's better than LeBron right now.
I got you. Here go a
Who?
player right here.
Who?
Who's better? Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan don't count.
Michael
He don't
Jordan.
count. It's a whole different era.
If I put it to you like this, if LeBron James win a ring this year, I would say he is one of the best players and one of the greatest players in the NBA.
Why you can't say that now? He's proven that.
I can't say that. He got to win another ring.
Oh, why he got to win another ring for you to
has
say?
win another
I don't
championship
understand people, man.
before
What more
I
do
say
this
that.
guy have to do? He's breaking all records. He pretty much done broke every records. He done been MVP. He done been playoff. I mean, he done. What more do LeBron needs to do for y'all to say that
You
he
know
is the
what?
best player in the NBA right now? Because he has done it all. And he's on a team where he really don't have a second star player. And he's on a team where there's been shattered 3 times this year with over 30-something different lineups. Matter of fact, they done had over 3 different lineups in this playoff.
Because the boys can't play with LeBron.
What?
LeBron want to take over the team.
It ain't that
He
they
wanna be
can't
the
play
coach.
with them.
He
Them boys,
wanna be the coach
them
and the
boys
player.
that just
He
came to
want to be the coach
LeBron.
and the player.
Them boys that just
He
came
want
to
to be the coach
LeBron.
and the player.
Pacific said they don't want to go nowhere.
okay.
They want to stay with LeBron.
You're right. He broke a lot of records. Especially the record of crybabies.
What?
He broke that record. The record of crybabies.
God.
You're right.
If this dude is getting fouled,
What?
foul him.
How
Call
many
foul.
times that nigga throw elbows?
Call it. Call
I'm
it.
I'm not a ref. If
Call
I was
it.
a ref, I would.
Call it.
I've been done kicked
But
him
play
out
it
of the
fair
game.
though. But I'm saying they want to play, and it ain't just LeBron though. Look at KD. KD had the same issue.
But he don't cry.
He been on the sports ESPN crying about it.
He don't cry. LeBron be crying. Oh, Mr. Ref.
What?
Why you ain't make that
Oh my
call?
God!
You didn't
Everybody
see
hates
that?
the king.
You
This
didn't
dude
see that?
is truly the best player. He is the best all-around player
If he
in
win,
the
if
NBA.
he win the championship this year, I will say he's.
And you know
best.
what? If he win it this year with the team he got, I would put him up there with Michael Jordan.
And I give you that.
I'll put him up
I
there
give
with
you
Michael
that.
Jordan.
I talk a lot of junk about Bron, but he's a good ball player.
I keep saying good. Steph Curry is good.
Steph Curry is he's the best at what he do.
Shooting the ball.
Yes.
Okay.
And I like I said, I'm a Golden
Okay.
State fan to the heart, but he's not a great defender.
Definitely.
That like I keep telling people that he's not a great
He's
defender.
just a great shooter.
Yes, and he will score on you any which kind of way there is.
That's true.
Now, as for all around, say like if they had, and I think we talked about this before, as MVP of shooting or scoring, hands down, I think he has that. But for
no, not this year.
Yeah, because he been hurt.
James Harden definitely
Yeah,
get it.
yeah. Since Steph Curry been hurt, I give that to
Even if
James
Steph
Harden.
Curry won her, James Harden would still be the MVP of shooting. But that bothers me because what does MVP really mean now? Because now you're saying everybody else about James Harden the MVP, so that means if you got a great shooting career going on, a great, I don't know what it is. What is it? Because LeBron has been great defense, great offense. He's rebounding the ball. He's getting the assists. He's getting triple doubles, double doubles. He got these guys in the second round with a 2-0, but yet they're saying James Harden MVP. I don't get it. What has James Harden done? Now, if James Harden was doing this now if Chris Paul wasn't there, give it to him. But James Harden is doing this with Chris Paul. That makes a difference. Because if Chris Paul wasn't there, James Harden wouldn't be where he at right now. They definitely wouldn't have the best record in the league without Chris Paul.
He's an access to the.
I don't think James Harden should be MVP. Matter of fact, I think AD, Anthony Davis, I'll pick Anthony Davis over James Harden. Because for me, MVP, most valuable player, is overall. I need somebody that can do it all.
Yes.
I don't care if you can shoot and get 30 points, but if the guy you defending is scoring 30 points, it don't even really matter no more. Can you shoot and get me 30 points and yet stop this guy from getting 30, play some defense? Can you grab me 5 or 6 rebounds? Give me 8, 9 assists since you want to play point guard as well? James Harden not doing that. He's giving you 40 points a game, and he's probably giving you 3 rebounds. He do be assisting. I will give him that a little bit, but he ain't gonna do it without Chris Paul. LeBron James don't really have the help. He don't have a second. He got a team of good players, and I'm the star, surrounded by good players. It's just like you're talking about OKC. OKC got your 3-star players. It's hard to ball when you got 3 stars on a team, especially when 3 stars are used to being the number 1 guy. OKC, Russell Westbrook and Paul George is definitely a dynamic duo. But they cannot win an NBA championship with Carmelo in the starting lineup. They would not be able to do it.
Yeah, and I like I said before, I agree with you on that because Carmelo is like a second team player. You know that once the first lineup get tired, he come in with the second lineup and score. I get that, but it goes back to Cleveland, like you said. LeBron has a lot of key players around him. You have Kevin Love, Rodney Hood, George Hill. George Hill is a great scorer and
Is a good.
Great scorer. And
But you get him great and not LeBron James. That's
I'm
crazy.
adding the pieces. Then you have Jeff Green that comes off the bench. If it wasn't for his heart condition, I feel like if he had more minutes he can play, that
Who? Jeff Green is playing minutes. He even starting.
yes, but you know he can't play but so many minutes. He have a heart condition.
But still, Jeff Green is definitely doing his thing.
Yeah, and that's helping LeBron. That's helping LeBron. So like J.R. Smith, he has a lot of key players that can play with him.
I didn't say he didn't. He got
LeBron shouldn't, with all the key players that LeBron got on the team, he should not be that daggone tired and
it's
working
crazy,
that hard.
man. He got some good players, but he don't have a second star. Kevin Love's supposed to be that guy, but Kevin Love has not been consistent.
The sun don't shine on the dog ass every day. So hey, hey, just like you said about KD and Steph Curry, you know, talking about he had a bad day. Come on now.
But it's
Come on now.
KD had a bad game last game. He's definitely not gonna have a bad game tonight.
The sun don't shine on
tomorrow.
the dog ass every day.
But I'm saying Kevin Love has having bad games like 2 or 3 games back to back.
That means his ass ain't getting no sunshine. So
Man, he need to get some sun somewhere then and do
he
something.
ain't getting no sunshine.
Because if he ball out like he did the last game, then it's definitely hands down we gonna sweep the Torontos and we'll sweep the Celtics.
Yeah, it seriously though, if Kevin Love do have a game like he did like last night, no, the
Night before last.
night before last, if he have a game like that, man, they are definitely going to sweep Toronto because what Kevin Love have what he could contribute. He contributed what 17.6 points, 9.3 rebounds, 1.7 assists. If he could contribute that for the rest of the series, oh yeah. But I'm telling you, the test is gonna come when they meet the Celtics. The test is gonna come when they meet the Celtics. That's what
I'm laughing too, y'all. I'm laughing too.
the test is gonna
I'm
come.
laughing too.
We're gonna see.
The Cavs, they're gonna ring this bell. Time to go to school, Celtics. Time to go to school. The first class is 101. You can't beat us.
We're gonna see.
Sports Nation. We're gonna go to another commercial break, and then we're gonna come back and chop it up for a couple minutes, and then we're gonna get out of here. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Basketball, football, soccer, college, pros, high school, all of the good sports news will be brought to you by none other than Sports Connection 4 with your host, LC, co-host, KD, Al, and Pete. Stay tuned to Spreaker.com on Saturdays at 2 p.m. if you want to hear all about the Sports Nation. Again, stay tuned on Saturdays at 2 p.m. if you want to hear all about the Sports Nation. You can hear us on Spreaker.com, iHeart, SoundCloud, iTunes, Facebook, and YouTube. Again, Saturday, 2 p.m., Spreaker.com will be none other than Sports Connection 4.
Sports Nation, Sports Nation, Sports Nation. Sports Connection 4 is back at it. Your host, LC. I'm here with my co-host, KD. And we've been talking about the NBA playoff. Talking about how we think Houston and Golden State is going to come out of the West. And how the Cavs and the Celtics are going to come out of the East. And then by far we think it's going to be Houston and the Cavs in the final. And LeBron James going to get him another ring.
It's going to be Golden State and the Cavs.
This guy's smoking.
Houston
I don't know what he's smoking on over here.
I'm trying to tell you. They're not going to do nothing.
I don't care who it is. They playing against the Cavs are going to win it. You know what? I'd love to see Golden State against the Cavs now since you talking junk. That's so we can beat them. Then I can just come at your house dressed up in all Cavs uniform and talk junk when we beat y'all. Beat Steph Curry, the overrated player on the team.
Well, I feel like coming from a small college like he did,
Here we go.
talking about the league,
Sob story.
talking about his size, and how over the years how he broke a couple records,
Mm-hmm.
how he dominated the game of handling the ball, shooting threes,
Mm-hmm.
breaking ankles, just crossing niggas over.
Something like that.
How they did Cleveland last year and won the championship. And I feel like that...
We owe y'all that whooping, don't we?
I feel like that the same thing may happen again this year
Never.
if y'all get through the
Never.
Celtics.
If you ask Steph Curry and KD right now, if you got to pick 4 teams, pick 1 to 4 teams, Toronto Cavs, 76 or the Celtics, who you want to see right now, they definitely don't want to see the Cavs. Because they know we got something for them. Payback.
I made a phone call the other day to Draymond Green. I said, man...
You told him that Charles Barkley looking for him.
He'll beat that old man.
Draymond Green, that's for you. One more.
So, I was telling him, don't be discouraged. Just play your game. The reward is coming in the end.
Don't be discouraged.
Yes.
Discouraged of...
For how people talking about you, how you play the game.
How you play the game?
Or you may be a nasty player.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I said maybe.
Okay. You said it right.
Maybe.
Nasty player. Keep going.
I said maybe.
Keep going.
Be a nasty player.
Nasty player. We got it. Keep going.
Just keep your head up.
Okay.
Because if the Cavs can't get through Boston, we know we're going there anyway.
Okay.
So
Chris Paul ain't saying that right now.
So we know we're going there anyway. And when we get there, and if we do meet up with the Cavaliers, we're just going to point up to the banners and show them that banner says champions.
Mm-hmm.
I told them to I want the whole team to put on the rings
Mm-hmm.
and show them
Do that.
champions.
Draymond Green, I hope you were listening to him when he told you that. Do that so we can get even madder. And then this beat y'all so bad that it don't even make sense. It might even sweep y'all for that.
And what the theme song come on? We are the champions, my friend. And we like to have a lot of friends, like the Cavaliers, Houston in our conference, in the Western Conference, Boston in the Eastern. We want to see one of y'all come over here to the Western Conference, because we're going to take Houston. We're going to do what we got to do. We're going to ball out, and we're going to be sitting there waiting for you. And you know what? Honestly,
I'm trying to stay awake. I'm trying to stay awake.
I hope it be LeBron James. Because we're going to put the whoop on that ass.
School bell.
On that ass. On that ass.
School bell.
So
School
with
bell
that being
just
said,
wrong.
with that being said, I hope we meet up. But y'all got to get through Boston first.
You keep talking about getting to Boston, man.
Y'all,
Boston,
it's going to go 7.
It's not going to go 7
It's
games.
gonna go 7.
It's not happening.
It's going to go 7.
Boston's not going to take us 7 games, buddy. Have you seen the way LeBron and them boy playing right now?
Matter of fact, we'll see how they play today. We'll see how they play today.
Right.
That's going to be the tail of the tape.
They ain't going to tell nothing.
That's going to be the tail of the tape.
Toronto got to win both of these games before we say that's going to be the tail. Because if they lose, if Toronto win today and then lose Monday, it don't even matter.
I can't see Toronto beating y'all. I can't see Toronto beating Cleveland.
But how you can see Celtics and not Toronto? And Toronto is the number one, is the top team.
Like I said, what you said, this is not the regular season. This is the what?
So tell Boston that.
They playing like that.
They're playing like what?
They playing like this is the playoffs.
Against the 76ers?
Against the 76.
So you think because what they did to the 76ers, they're going to do it to us? And matter of fact,
No,
I'm not even knocking Boston.
I'm
I
not
want
saying
Boston
they
to
gonna
win.
do that to y'all.
I want Boston to win. I do. But, like you said, tonight's going to tell. Because they're going back to Philly. It's a whole different ball game now.
Oh, yeah.
If they can beat Philly, in Philly, one of these 2 games, then we can talk. But
I
if
think
they
they
can't,
are.
but if Philly win the next 2 games, Boston going home.
I don't think Philly don't have the chance.
I don't know, man. They ain't feeling.
I feel like they deflated.
Big Ben gonna show you. You got to play 1 game, and it's gonna be
can't do
tonight.
it by itself.
Philly is gonna ball out tonight because they don't got junk talk to him. Ben Simmons don't have all them analysts talking junk about him, how he ain't doing that. They gonna ball out tonight. They're gonna ball out tonight. Question is, can the Celtics hang?
Oh yeah.
And it just can't be Rozier. Tatum gonna have to step up. Morris gonna have to step up. Brown got to step up. Al Horford gonna have to step up because MB gonna take it to him tonight.
They made him and Ben Simmons the rookie of the year to me, and Embiid.
Nope. Simmons just for you for rookie of the year.
Like I said, they can take it to him, but I don't think they have enough to beat Boston in this series. They may win one. I'll give you this: they may win 1 out of the 2 games that they play at home. But winning the series, I don't think they're not going to win the series. That's not going to happen.
76 ain't gonna win it.
76 is not going to win the series.
I think Boston can win it too, but I don't know, man. The next 2 games gonna tell it.
Yeah, Boston is coming out. See,
If
now,
they go 2-2, Celtics going home.
that's the thing. I don't feel like the Celtics. I don't feel like Philly is going to beat them in this series. Give them a couple more years, man. They still a young team, man.
Who, Philly?
Philadelphia.
Definitely. And Boston. I think the 76ers and Boston is going to be the team in the next couple of years you got to watch out for. Kyrie Irving come back next year. They'll probably get, I don't know how much of a help Gorewood going to be when he come back. I don't know how that injury, if he's going to be able to be the star player he used to be or not.
Yeah.
But Kyrie is going to make a tremendous difference.
Oh, definitely. And I look at this too. If Boston getting this far without Kyrie, imagine when Kyrie come back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, if they had Kyrie, then I would go with you and say they'll take care of 7 games. But without Kyrie, no, man, they're not gonna be no 7 games with Them boys, man.
I feel like if Cleveland come out and Boston come out, it's gonna be a 7-game series.
No,
It's
man.
gonna be a 7-game series.
How is that possible?
But first, we need to get through the games tonight. Like I said, Boston
Tonight don't tell me nothing. It's a game. It's game 4 that's gonna tell it. Game 4.
and you got to see which team coming to play for both of them. They got what? Both Cleveland leading 2-0, Boston leading 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
It all depends, and even for Cleveland too, it all depends on what team come out to play.
You know Toronto and you know 76 are gonna ball out tonight. Cause this is pretty much a do or die game. If they lose this game tonight, they can beat them a counselor. Go home. They know they're going home. They have to win tonight.
It's the tale of the tape to me. But I still say this, and I'm a firm believer on it. It's gonna be Boston and Cleveland, and that's all I gotta say right there on that note. And I'm waiting for that series to happen. And I'm trying to tell you, it's gonna.
It's just
go
not going 7 games.
It's not gonna be a sweep.
It's not going 7 games. No, it's not gonna be a sweep, but it ain't going 7 games. It ain't gonna go 7 games.
It's
It's
gonna
not
go.
going. It's gonna be one of them 4-2 games.
We'll see.
And then Big Ben. Everybody said Big Ben is the Rick of the year. Well, I disagree with that. I don't think he should be Rick of the year for 2 reasons. One, this is his 2nd year in the NBA. I understand that he was injured, but that injured shouldn't allow them to be considered Rookie of the Year. To be considered rookie, period. When Donovan Mitchell is coming right in out of college, I think he deserves it. I think he's the better player. He's definitely a better shooter. And he has done some things this year that has really been outstanding to me. Now, Big Ben has been in the league 2 years. He was injured, but he also had the NBA working with him to get after he's injured for recovery. Big Donovan Mitchell hasn't had that. He came out of the college, got drafted in the pro, and now he's balling. He's doing his thing. He's carrying his team. I think Utah is going to be another team that people better start watching out for.
Oh yeah.
They get a couple more key players, they definitely going to be the team to watch out for. Right now, it's been the Golden State, it's been Houston, and it's been the Cavs. But I think the 76ers, the Celtics, I think
Milwaukee.
Utah is going to be another team people need to watch out for. I think the Pelicans can, if they can get another player to play with AD, it's going to be another team. And the Bucks didn't look too bad when they took the Celtics to 7 games. I still think Donovan Mitchell should be Rookie of the Year. I think LeBron James should be MVP. If they had an offensive player of the year, then definitely it would be James Harden.
Steph Curry.
James Harden.
Steph Curry.
Do I keep talking about Steph Curry? Where's his brother at? Where's Steph Curry? Where's his brother at?
I don't like his brother. He's a dookie.
I don't understand
He probably
how
in the G League.
if you both got drafted and your brother is a star player, I'll be doing everything my brother's doing to try to become a player too.
Yeah.
Because right now if he's in the D League, I don't know if he's in the D League.
No, I think he got. I forgot who picked him up, but I think he got picked up by an NBA team from off the G League. He got picked up, but you don't hear too much about him. So
Well, Sports Nation, you heard it from KD, the Cavs and the Celtics. Celtics going to take the Cavs 7 games, and he think Golden State is going to beat Houston. Sports Nation, seriously, don't work so hard. This guy's working too hard. He can't really think and focus like he needs to because he's working like 8 hours a week. Anytime you say Houston's going to beat Golden State, you're working really hard. Because Houston, well, if you say Golden State is going to beat Houston, I'm sorry. Houston is definitely going to beat Golden State. Chris Paul and James Harden are definitely going to take Golden State out. And I would love to see Houston sweep Golden State. That would be, boy. I might even go to Houston and take all them boys out for dinner. Steak on me. Take them boys out.
We going hunting.
Take them boys out. But as everybody knows, Sports Nation, you all know the Cavs are going to be victorious this year. Another trophy, another ring on the finger. Rodney Hood and Clarkson and George Hill. Them boys ain't got no ring. Gonna get one this year. They're gonna get one. This guy hater over here. He a hater. He's a hater.
You already know.
Let's give it up for LeBron James. Give it up. Woo! Woo! LeBron. King James. Do it, baby.
No.
Sports Nation. It has been lovely. We can be reached at sportsconnection4. That's the number 4 at gmail.com. If you have any comments you would like to share with us, please email us sportsconnection4, the number 4 at gmail.com, and we will pull up the comments and we will read them on the next show, whether it's negative or positive. Anything that we'll take all feedbacks. We're shorthanded. We hope that our brother Big Al be feeling better, be ready to go on the next show, and our brother Pete is out of town. So we hopefully next weekend we all be ready to chop it up again about the sports world. Sports Nation, it's been real. We love you. We out.
Peace.
Black woman got fire, shorty just like a lighter black woman. Yeah, she's a fighter black woman. In the light of that woman, you are just what I desire, black woman. Ain't afraid to say I need her, want my heart up like a heater. You could look at her physique, it's more unique than Mona Lisa. You're a goddess and I swear that you done made me a believer. You're a key, could I resist? I'm drawn to your center. I can call up and you go to sleep and not awake. I would not resist if I am wrong, I am a sinner. Burn up in your love, you can take the halo away. Cause when I think of beauty, baby, you're the definition. And I don't have a problem telling anyone who listen. Girl, your body tells a story to me. And I just want to read the words that's written. Mama, if you would, could you please just take me with you? Yes, just wrap me up in your wings and take me with you. All I wanna do is fly with my black phoenix in the sky.
Alright, Big J, take him out, baby.
Yo, she holds it down when the chips are too. A lot of attitude, but it's all cool. And she the wrong one to piss off too. She is the queen, the starting and the ending. So reality is it's all you.
Whenever we connect, it's magnetic, effervescent. Her existence is perfection. The only one to stop time and reset it. See, time is only time, cause she let it be. Yo, I'm on a journey through her darkness, going back to where I started. My black woman is divine. My black woman is a goddess. Mama, if you would, could you please just take me with you? Yes, just wrap me up in your wings and take me with you. All I wanna do is fly, 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 fly with my black phoenix. So I guess it's safe to say that I'm lost in the moment. You never know how heavy love is till you're below it. But I ain't trying to hold it, I want it to engulf me. Cause girl, you got a tight grip, feel like you done cuffed me. I'm loving that type of body, baby, go ahead and take it. Dominate my soul, mama, you my dominatrix. Let's create some love, make it how you wanna make it. I could picture us together for forever like a painting. And in that same moment, our love becomes sublime. I can feel our soul shift into another paradigm. It's something about your love, your love that's so divine. Baby, I just love it, loving you and plus you're mine. Mama, if you would, could you please just take me with you? Yes, just wrap me up in your wings and take me with you. All I wanna do is fly, 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 fly with my black phoenix in the sky. If you would, could you please just take me with you? Yes, just wrap me up in your wings and take me with you. All I wanna do is fly, 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 fly with my black phoenix in the sky.